Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today we complete a trio of puzzles based on Star Trek by Haley Pro, who started out I think as Haley Prokillo. She's told us how to pronounce the surname this time, so that's good. This one's called the Square Taker. It's got a set of rules relating to Star Trek, and my ignorance is near total. I mean, I saw some of the original series with William Shatner in and so on, so unfortunately I've never kept up with Star Trek in its later developments at all, but we'll see if I can at least cope with the puzzle today. I'll do the rules in a moment. Don't forget that Oil and Water is our Patreon hunt. It's the reward for the month. It's by Blobs, it's on Patreon, it's fantastic, and you should give it a try. There's other stuff on Patreon, like the Extremely Hard Cryptic every month, the Connections videos that come up every few days. Do check out our stuff there, there's always something good. As there is when we stream, we're going back to the blueprints at some point. Check the live link under the video again, but also in the description field you have the way to SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD, to our merchandise including the 2025 45 squared t-shirt. There's also of course all of our apps which do feature line Sudoku and of course the latest Fog of War, so check those out. But let's look at the thematized rules. If you click on the link for this puzzle and do so, play it, have a go, you'll get both a set of rules in sort of standard Sudoku speak and a set of rules in Star Trek speak. So, Voyager need to find a way home to the Alpha Quadrant. The best route is along the hidden thermo that begins at cell delta and ends at cell alpha. It only moves orthogonally. Oh, the bulb is to be deduced by the solver, so this could be either way round. There is a thermo that moves orthogonally, could be like that, but it could be 1 to 9 either way round. The path must avoid any Borg cubes. A Borg cube is a renban, so that contains a set of consecutive digits with no repeats, obviously, but in any order. The nacelles, the blue and red lines, they're regular thermos, so the bulb will be smaller than the other cell in each case. The starship grey line is a region sum line. So box borders divide this into regions, segments of the same sum. So the total of that will be the same as the total of those, the total of that, and the total of those two. And the stars, the yellow circles, are odd digits. That's it. That's the Square Taker by Haley Pro. Give it a try. It's going to complete the 3 puzzles. I think we've done the other 2 before on the channel. We certainly did a Star Trek puzzle and then a Star Trek TNG puzzle, so I think that's what's going on, but give it a try. And thank you, Haley, for sending this to us. You can check the video length to work out how hard it might be. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So this is the beginning and end of a thermo. So there, I can tell that thermo is 9 cells long. It can only move orthogonally. And it must move, I think, what we call efficiently, i.e. only east and north from here to get to there. So they are 1 and 9. It's the maximum length it can be. Could go through, well, no, it can't go through that cell. Okay, that's an interesting point. So the way that this will move in an efficient manner, it's not allowed to touch this black square. It could theoretically go like this, except that it can't. Right, it's these odd cells. So after, let's assume, oh, hang on, I know this isn't a 9 because of the region sum line. The region sum line the spaceship, I should call it, has a single digit there and there. They're the same digit. But however big they are, they're not going to allow this to be a 9. So we do know which way round this thermo goes. That is a 1, and then the 9 is at the end. So these 3 cells are going to add up to that. You couldn't put a 9 in there. Right. So now we know that this is a 2. I know that it must move efficiently. It must move only north or east, and it can't go there and put a 2 in there. And I was going to explain why that couldn't be 2 or 8, but I don't need to. I only need to explain why it's not 2, and that's because it's an odd cell. So we get a 2 here. Then, again moving efficiently, we're going to get a 3 into one of those 2 cells, a 4 into one of those 2. Now, we can't come through this cell, because that would be in an even position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And even if you went this way, same deal. So that cell is not on the map. So 4 is there, 5 is in one of those 2 cells, 6 is in one of those 2. Then 7 could be in any of those 3, and 8 in one of those 2. And that's how we're going to complete our thermo. I probably can't do much more on that at the moment. Oh, this is a renban. It's funny when the colours are not what you expect. So if this line was blue, I would more clearly be able to see it as a region sum line. If this line was pink, I would more easily be able to see it as a renban line. Now I do know about an 8-cell renban where the 8 cells have to be, well, obviously an 8-cell renban is either the numbers 1 to 8 or the numbers 2 to 9. And that leaves the outstanding cell as either a 1 or a 9. And we've just found out it can't be a 1 by Sudoku. So that's a 9, and the other digits will go on this Borg cube. I wonder if a Borg cube is a real thing in Star Trek. Now, that Borg cube is going to do nothing else for us. We can ignore that. That gave us this 9. And as long as we make these digits different, we will obey it. The 2 that we placed here, that's quite important to this cube. Now, this could be 1, 3, 4. So 8 is the minimum total for the segments of this line. So these digits, which are obviously the same, are 8 or 9. And, well, no, there's more actually. We can do more here. 3 is either there or there. Now, I don't know which one it is, but it is in one of them. And both of those cells see that. That can't be a 3. 3, I think, has to be on this line. Yes, hang on. If that was a 3, it's really simple. If that was a 3, these would be a minimum of 4 and 5. And this line segment would add up to 10, and that's too many. So that's not a 3. That's a 3. I also think this line needs a 3 on it. Because it can't have a 2. And if it was adding up to 8, it would be 1, 3, 4. If it was adding up to 9, it would have to be 1, 3, 5. So that is a 3, and this is 4 or 5. Depending on whether those are 8s or 9s. Now, we got to here. Maybe I should introduce some thermo drawing. We don't have grey available, so let's have a pink thermo. There we go. We've got it that far. And I'll try and connect it up to the alpha quadrant. This digit sees 1, 3, and 9, and it's odd. I mean, I am noting that there are 4 odd digits marked already in row 4, and wondering how helpful that might be. The thermos can't begin with 1. This pair adds up to 8 or 9. I don't really know where to look next, actually. Seven in this box is in one of those 3 cells because it can't be there or there or there. So 7 is now in one of these 2 cells in box 6. I suppose this one is 3 or 5. It's odd and it sees 1, 7 and 9. This one is 3, 5 or 9. I can't believe it's quite worth pencil marking the odd cells yet. The fact that 5 is in one of those two is in some ways less helpful than the other digits, which are generally confined within one box. But in other ways, it means at least one of those is a 5, and all of these cells can't be. And you never know when that's going to matter. So I might just try and keep an eye on it. It's difficult to pencil mark the effect of that. If this was 7, it would force that to be 4. Oh, what's this digit? This is a nice high digit, 8 or 9. Let's just give it a colour for a moment. Bright blue. Now, that's going to go in one of these cells, along with the 7. And then it's going to go in one of these cells. So these are a 7 and the bright blue digit between them. It's very difficult to pencil mark that. Well, I suppose that bright blue digit is 8 or 9, so it's not that difficult if I just think about it. Anyway, the point is that 4 now on the thermo has to be there. And we can draw the thermo up to there. Now, that doesn't mean 4 is necessarily in one of these cells. 6 in row 5 has to be over that side. 7, 8, and 9. This is 314 or 315. This pair adds up to 8 or 9. There seems to be a lot of optionality around that at the moment. This digit is now not 7 or 3 or 9. So that's 1 or 5. So maybe it is worth marking up all of the stars, the yellow circles. Oh, okay, let's think about what happens if this digit is a 9. Because that makes 9 one of these two cells, and that makes it the 5th odd digit in the row. So 9 and 7 would be there. These would be 1, 3, and 5. And this would have to be even and wouldn't be on the thermo, the hidden thermo. That's if this was a 9. If it was an 8, what does that do? That puts 8 in one of these cells. I don't have a way of Oh, hang on. Blue. Look, just look. Where does blue go in this box? It doesn't go there, because that is 5 or 7. It's not allowed to be 9. It's not allowed to be 8 because it's odd. It doesn't go here because blue is looking at that. So blue definitely goes here. This is not a 7. This is the blue 8 or 9. And if it's 9, it's the 5th odd in the row. If it's not, where am I then? I don't know. There must be some way to progress. 4 and 4. I could put 4 into one of those cells. 9 and 9. That's a long time since I've seen this possibility. 9 is in one of those two. 3 is definitely over here somewhere. Just looking for the Sudoku stuff that I might have been missing. I'm not really sure that I'm spotting it still. These are from 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 in the column. Okay, sorry. Am I missing something about this starship? If it's 1, 3, 4 with 8s here, that's an 8. Oh, then you go 4, 4, 4, definitely. Whereas if that's a 5, this has to be a 7. That's interesting. I hadn't really seen that coming. And if that's a 5, blue is a 9. So then we'd have 7, 9 here. 5 there. All of these would be even. I mean, it suits quite well for that to be 9, given the 9 we've already got in column 5. If that's 9, that's 9. Ooh, then this would have to be 9 in column 2. That would fix the other suns in column 2. The other stars, sorry, not suns. Oh, that's not 9. Right. Because of that. Whatever blue is... Oh, no, I was going to say, if it's 9, it's in one of these two cells. Then it has to be there. Oh, then we get this weird... Right. I'm on the point of saying that blue can't be a 9 because it will end up both there and there. Now, let me see if I can explain what I think I might have just seen. Right, if blue is 9, look at these 9s that we get in the grid. We get 1 there. We're going to have 1 here. We're going to have 1 here. Just track these 9s with me. We're going to have 1 there. Yeah, and by elimination, look at that. That is brilliant. Right, if these are 9s, we've already got 2 9s marked. So if this light blue colour becomes a 9, we get a 9 there. That's fine so far. We get a 9 there. We get a 9 here. And then this has to be 9. And that's impossible because that needs to add with one other cell to make the 9 total. So our blue digit is 8, rather to my surprise. That's a 4. This is now a 7-8 pair. Right, now what can we do with that? This pair adds up to 8. It's not a 1-7 pair because neither of them can go in this cell. It's either 3-5 or 2-6. What else can we do with 8? We've got an 8 in one of those two cells. We've got 7 in one of those two. Has it helped with the StarCraft path? The what's it called? The thermo, the hidden thermo that's taking the starship to the Alpha Quadrant. Oh, 4, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. This is now a 5, 6, 9 group. That's not a 9. How are the odds doing? 5, 6, 9, 7, 8. This is now a 1, 3 pair. So I can write in 3 and 1. Oh, and this is suddenly getting stuff done. 5 there, not there. We'll come back to that. 7 there, not there. Doesn't really matter where 9 is in this row now. 5 has now become here on the starship's hidden thermo path. It doesn't sort out any of the rest of the route. Never mind. We've got 2 and 4 still to place in box 4. It's very clever, this. This is a 5. It sees all the other odds. This digit is not 3 or 5, and therefore this is not a 3 or 5 sum to 8. It is a definite 2, 6 sum. This digit, let's pencil mark it. It's not 2 or 6 or 1, 3, 5, 7. It can't be 9, so that's 4 or 8. And this one is not 2, 6, 1, 4 or 8. Can't be 9. It's 3, 5 or 7. The digits that are bigger than those, this one can't be 5, so it's 4, 6, 8 or 9. This one can't be 4. Oh, well, that wasn't worth pencil marking. Neither of those can be 6 because we've got a 2, 6 pair in the box. Right, in this central box, we've got 5, 6 and 9 still to place. That one can't be 5. Oh, I've got that 4. So this is a 2. That's a 4. This is 6 or 9 to complete the row. 5, 1, 3, 7. This is not allowed to be 9. Yeah, okay, good. 5, the thermo, the hidden thermo is not really doing anything, although interesting, it won't be allowed to have 7, 8 there and there, or that cell will be broken. Or, it can't have 7 here, because that would have to be 7, 8, and that cell would be broken, so that's not a 7. 7 is in one of those two. That doesn't let me change any of the other pencil marks, I don't think. Right, let's come back to box 7. This 2, 6 pair has now been resolved. 6 and 2. That's not a 6. 6 and 6. This is a 6. That fixes row 4. 9 and 6. It also fixes a bit more of the starship's hidden thermo path. We've got 6 there. Now, we can't take that 7, 8 without breaking that. That 6 by Sudoku in box 1 is putting 6 in one of those positions. Now I've found 6 in box 4. And in this column, that's 4 or 8. There's only one place left to put 9. And that means this thermo bulb can't be 8, which has been obvious since I marked it up and I just didn't spot it. Never mind. That's a 4. This is an 8. Now this cell can't be 8. And now I can't make this cell 7 because I'd have to go 7, 8 and break that cell. So my whole starship path to the quadrant has been determined. There we go, 7, 8, 9. Isn't 7 a Star Trek name anyway? 7 of 9, that's the Star Trek name. Not 7, 8, 9. You see, I do know tiny little bits of things. That's a 2 or a 3. 1 is in one of those positions. 1 is now in one of these positions. Oh, that can't be 8. So this is an 8. 5, 8, 1, 9, 6. Those can't have a 6 in. 5, 9, 3, 4, 7, 8. These are from 1, 2, 6. I can just fill them in if I could type. Now that 1 is looking up here and fixing 1 in box 3. Now let's have a look down this column. 9, 1, 5. This is 3 or 7 in the corner. We know what we're hoping it is. This one is not able to be 8. And that's going to fix the 8 in the column as being there. This is a 7 and I'm just removing its colour. I'm probably not going to carry on colouring even the 8s. So in this final column, that's 2, 3 or 7. This pair is an 8, 9 pair. In fact, we know the order. The 9 there is going to give us a 9 in one of 2 positions. No better than that. 1, 6, 4. We do need an 8 in this row. That's got to go here on the nacelle. This thermo. 8, 4, 2, 6, 9. Okay, I can't do that. Central column, those can't be 4s, so 4 goes in at the top and I've finished the column. 2, 5, 6, 8. 4 is there in box 8. 1, 3, 7, 9. So that is always going to be odd from now on anyway. Don't need the marking to tell me that. 5, 4, 7, 8, 9, 1. This is a naked 3. It sees all the other Sudoku digits. That is now not 3 or 5. That is definitely 7. This is a 3, 9 pair. This is therefore a 1, 7 pair. Still don't know the order. I've got 1, 3 and 5 to place here. The 1 must be there because of this 1. That's going to put 7 on the start, and we do get 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the yellow spotlight. losing its religion. And we get to finish off all of rows 7 and 9. Not 7 of 9. That's a 4-3 pair. This is 9 and 5. I think we're in finishing off phase now. We can set phasers to stun. Literally, I'm using up everything I've ever heard about Star Wars now. So beam me up if you don't like it. 2, 6, 7 there. 3 and a 4. Did I say Star Wars? How many times have I just said that throughout this whole bloomin' puzzle? Far too many. In fact, the Square Taker is the name of the puzzle. I can get Star Trek out of that as an anagram. What does that leave? Yeah, a lot of vowels and a Q and an H. I don't think that was there deliberately. 5, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 across the top. That's a naked 6. That's a 1. That's a 2. I'm sorry, I'm just having fun today. Pardon me. 3 and a 9. 5 and a 9. That's a 5. And that's a 2. And that does it. Bingo. You made it home. That's it. The puzzle's over. Excellent. Thank you very much, Hayley. I hope that's providing a satisfactory finish to your Star Trek quest. And if I said Star Wars more than once, I sincerely apologize. But there we go. This was the quadrant home, a very straightforward Z non-nomino to get back to the alpha quadrant. Thank you for watching and for not correcting all of my Star Trek misunderstandings. And I will see you again next time on Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.